Everybody, welcome to Geekonomics. We are back after a little break, a little bit longer than a usual week because schedules with work and such. But we're here, we're ready, and we're going to talk all things Comic-Con today because everything in the world was announced for the next 3 years this past weekend. It's a nerd news overload. Brian,
yes.
How are you handling the nerd news overload?
Well, I want to say we'll go back to last week's conversation, and you were like, "Is Comic-Con even a thing? Does anybody even care?"
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's like because like you had said, it had happened in 2 years, so you kind of like forget that like everything in the world is like it's like they just turn on like a water hose and just like.
The last 2 years, it's been online.
Yeah,
this is the first year back in person, and
I wasn't sure if Disney was gonna do the. Like, we're just going to save everything until our thing in August, September.
Oh, they let it all out.
23.
They let it all out.
But they didn't mention anything Star Wars. I think everything Star Wars is going to come out at D23. Like, when things are coming out, what their plans are, dates-wise, movies.
But let's not forget, they did Star Wars during the Star Wars celebration.
Yeah. They didn't do, like, a lot, though. They didn't, like, release a lot of, like,
we got a whole plethora. We got all the shows and stuff. I mean, there might be.
They hint like they showed like trailers and things, but I think we're gonna get like released trailers. Like here's the Ahsoka trailer. Here's like the Mandalorian trailer that you can actually see and not have to be there in person to watch.
Right.
Like I heard there was like an Ant-Man Wasp trailer that they showed, but they're not putting out.
Yeah, there was a Guardians 3 trailer.
Yeah,
that's not going. They're still working on the FX.
Yeah, I guess like Secret Invasion had a little video that they played and stuff like that. So there's stuff
I don't even know how that movie's like 2 years.
They've been filming it already.
No, they're not filming it. They started
filming it.
They just got a director. How are they filming it? There's nothing to film.
Secret Invasion.
Yeah, Secret Invasion.
Not Avengers. You're thinking Avengers.
Are you talking about Secret Invasion with Samuel L. Jackson?
Yes.
Sorry, I got confused. Yeah, I got confused.
That's I figured it's what you were doing.
I was like, what?
I know it's a name. How are they gonna?
I know. Let's put a pin in San Diego Comic-Con for a minute.
Yes.
I had the Manchester Andrews comic book show this past Sunday.
Yes, the Toys and Collectibles Extravaganza.
Now, I was going in there skeptical because when he had this show back in March, things have changed considerably.
Yes.
When it comes to inflation, when it comes to your dollar, when it comes to a lot of factors. Also, it was 100 degrees out that day.
Yes, it was.
And I personally was proven wrong. It was a fantastic show yet again. There was at least over 30 people waiting to get in that morning. It was nonstop, wall-to-wall people the entire time. I didn't get out of there until 4 o'clock.
Wow.
Last time his show.
You don't have to give the actual number, but just like you said, you did well.
I did one of the best shows I've ever done. Okay.
That's good.
This time I was just slightly under what I made last time.
Wow.
And then I paid Andrew for his next show in October.
Yeah.
For me, it was a really good show. I met a lot of nice people. My stickers are very popular. It seems
you're the sticker man.
I'm the sticker man. No one else is selling those. I do very well when it comes to those. I did sell a lot of comics. I got rid of a lot of toys.
Nice.
I had a lot of good sales going on. Like it was a great time. The cosplay contest, he did little kids,
Mm.
he did teenagers, and he did adults. And man, it was just awesome. It was a great time. Like his shows, the next one's going to be the first Sunday in October. Scott's is going to be the last Sunday in October. So those are my next two shows are October. Why? Why do you do that? What's wrong?
This is another go-kart race. I'm gonna miss it again.
Oh,
The last one of the season, so I got to be there.
yeah. So it's like I get 2 months off to get some more stuff that I have.
Well,
in
I
my
have some
collection.
stuff for you in that case.
You keep telling me this.
No,
and
I do. I have
never
a bunch of
see it.
stuff. I just haven't had a chance to get it to you yet.
You can give it to me this Saturday.
I'm going to.
All
I'm
right.
going to bring it with me.
Bring
I'll
it
make sure
with
to
me.
bring it with me.
Because I need time to price it and put it out
Yeah.
proper.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, I met some cool people. Like I think that's my favorite part of these shows is meeting new people, talking to them about just things they like.
Mm.
I saw a lot of cool Stranger Things this girl dressed up as Eddie from Stranger Things.
Nice.
Fantastic. I met these two cool guys. One had the puppet Yoda that I used to have as a kid. It's
Yeah.
about yay big. It's got
Yeah.
like it's plastic. It's a plastic mold of
Yeah.
Yoda.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's got like fabric hair.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I had one as a child, got ruined. One of Scott's first shows when he was back at the auction
Like
house,
Gavin. Yeah.
the gavel, I rebought that.
Nice.
And then I saw these two guys and he had a pristine. And I said, I remember that. And then we talked about how basically when you get older, you're rebuying your childhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have an R2D2 that I had when I was a kid. It was like a battery operated one. It would just like move back and forth. It wouldn't like really do anything. And it doesn't work anymore, but I still have it just because.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's neat.
It
Probably,
reminds
I
you
don't know.
of being a kid again, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a great time. I mean, if you haven't been to Andrew's show in October, please come. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
a
very
great
cool
time.
show.
Yeah.
And I'm bummed they're gonna miss another one.
Jeez. Well, Scott's will be that
You
month.
gotta talk to me when he starts planning these things so I could tell him when I'm busy. So I can actually go to the shows.
He's gonna plan around your schedule.
I know that's what should happen.
Then on top of that, I did finish the Umbrella Academy Volume 3.
Oh boy. The book,
Okay.
not the show.
Not the show. I've watched. I'm starting.
Yes.
I'm going to start the show this
Yeah.
week. I'm
just making
excited
sure
to
so
start the show.
when you start talking about it, people are like that wasn't at the show.
Okay, so Volume 2, loved it.
Yes.
Volume 1, I love the characters. I love it. Volume 2, I thought it was well done, well paced. I think like I'd give Volume 1 in my scale a 10. I give Volume 2 like an 8. But Volume 3, I don't know. It
Kind of goes off the rails.
It very chaotic.
Yeah.
Very confusing at times. I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta reread this. Oh, that's a character from the first volume, but you didn't tell me that. I had to figure that out on my own. Who's that baby? Why is he protecting that baby? It felt very chaotic. It felt very like rushed.
Disjointed. Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to read it again. It's really it for me, the ending was good, but the ending cliffhanger, which we don't have the sparrows show up.
Yeah.
And I know that's something that happens in the TV show season 3.
Yes.
But there has been no more of the graphic novel or comic book. There is another volume that is short stories, which I'm really interested in picking up. But I don't know how I feel about Volume 3. I feel like it was just, I got to read it again. I felt confused and lost, and it very, not my favorite.
No, which is kind of interesting thing they did with the show is it kind of follows It's sort of the same as volume 3 of the book, but a lot different at the same time because it has the sparrows in it, and then volume 3 there wasn't the sparrows.
Well, the sparrow showed up in the last page.
Yeah, yeah, but this one that they show up at the beginning of the story as opposed to the end of the story.
Right. Okay.
So that's the difference. And then things that happen, and then how the end happens is a little bit different. But
Well,
again, it's like we're now at the story wise in the show, we're at the end of the books. So now it's off into forever.
right.
Like I don't know if there's going to be any like communications between Jared Way and them and how they like what his plans were for down the road of the book or whatever. Or if there's going to be more books coming, who knows?
Well, there is plans for more, but it's supposed to be the Sparrow Academy was going to be the next phase of that story, but he's been doing Doom Patrol and other things. So I don't know, but I don't know. Volume 3 is very like probably my least favorite. I think I would give it a 6 out of my scale right now. I want to reread it because I felt like maybe I read it too sparsely. Like I should have just read it all together. Like I read a couple of chapters, wait a couple of days, read a couple of chapters, and I was just like, oh my God.
No, you like with that book, you gotta like go through it because it's very
what is going on?
disjointed. Yeah.
It's very, very too many characters that I don't know who they are.
There's too many things happened in the book, whereas it doesn't happen in the show. They definitely like pared it down and tried to make it less disjointed.
Right. I mean, I do love volume 1 and 2. I do like the character. So I'm very excited to jump into the show now.
Yeah. No, it'd be nice to like, I was thinking about it as I was watching season 3. I was like, wow, I should have definitely watched 1 and 2 before I watched this. It's been so long since the season 2 came out that I totally forgot like half of the stuff that happened.
Well, with Netflix, because you can watch it in a weekend, it's easy to forget everything that happened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's not like you have like the prolonged time of watching it where you're kind of able to digest everything. It's like you get all at one drop.
That's why a week to week you can talk about it, think about it, enjoy it, and then you move on. But like
digest it.
Yeah. So and one last thing, this is going to be my 10-second review of Nope. I saw Nope last night. I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. Probably my favorite of his 3 movies. I think I liked it more than Us. I think Get Out's still my favorite out of his 3 movies, but Nope. I love UFO stuff and I love alien stuff, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's going to be everyone's cup of tea, but for me, I really liked it. I give it out of my scale a 9. Definitely.
You're not gonna say nope to Nope.
I wouldn't say nope to Nope, which stands for not of planet Earth. They don't say that in the movie, but I looked it up.
Yes.
But anyway, that was my 10-second review of Nope. If you like sci-fi thrillers, definitely check it out.
Very cool. I mean, it looks cool. I just don't know if I'll probably wait till it's streaming somewhere or something.
That's fair. I know next week Bullet Train comes out.
Yes, I'm excited for Bullet Train.
Yeah. And Clerks 3, we got our tickets. I think we talked about that last week. Anything, Mark, you want to say before we jump into San Diego Comic-Con news?
Basically, just spent the weekend in Maine for the kart series. Did that. We had a very good weekend. Everything went very nicely, which was nice.
That's good.
Haven't really been watching anything crazy. Haven't really been into anything like I've had to nothing really has been going on. It's very quiet right now. Not much show-wise going on. I keep getting people telling me I need to watch Foundation on Apple Plus.
I don't know what that is.
I guess it was the show. It was the book that George Lucas loosely based Star Wars off of.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I guess there's like a 1-season show on Amazon, on Apple Plus.
Huh.
It came out a while ago, I guess.
Speaking of George Lucas, that documentary dropped on Disney Plus.
I know. It's on yeah.
I really want to watch that.
Yeah, it's on my watch list.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah, Light and Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer and I'm like, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's right up my nerd alley. But no, just been digesting all this stuff from Comic-Con and getting ready for our D&D adventure this weekend.
Yeah, we're jumping back into D&D on Saturday.
Yes. With
it's going to be interesting.
Huge amount of players. It's going to be,
and
see how long our patience lasts before you and I start cracking jokes and getting bored.
Oh, the jokes will be flying. Bobby will be recording it. It might show up on our audio feed. Yeah, our YouTube, our not YouTube, our audio feed down the line. So keep an ear out for that.
Yes, because Bobby's still been doing that.
Yeah,
forever, I guess.
Dungeonetics still comes out once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's cool that he's recording it, so we can remember it forever.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big game. I mean, to have 7 people and a DM, I mean, 8 people in total, but like we have 7 people playing. It's usually you don't have that many people.
Yeah, it's a big party.
Yeah, it's a very big party.
It's going to be very interesting because John, who's our DM, as everyone knows, in his infinite wisdom of being a crazed lunatic, has decided that we all had to make 5 characters. So we really don't even know who we're playing.
Yeah.
When we walk in there Saturday. Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about that still.
Me neither.
I mean, I said to him, I have 3 characters I know I like, and 2 characters I would be kind of disappointed if
it would not be fun to play as someone you don't want to be as. That's the whole point.
I could come up to backstories with 3 of them. I couldn't, 2 other ones are kind of just there.
Yeah.
One of them's really, I really dived into the backstory of one of them. Because I thought at first that's what we're doing. So
right.
That was the character I was going to play as, and then you decided to change it.
The whole point of D&D is to play a character you want to be.
Yeah.
Right? Not a character you don't want. I don't want to play a 50-hour campaign with someone I was just like, okay with. You know?
No, I was all into playing Milo Carver, Miles Carver's grandson. He was on the hunt to find the man who killed his grandfather.
But is this a prequel though?
No, it takes place after.
But we haven't even finished.
I know.
So we don't even know what happens.
We don't. I don't know.
I don't know either. All right. So let's jump into San Diego Comic-Con news, shall we?
San Diego
Comic-Con news.
The great land of San Diego. It's Mexican for whale blubber.
That's a whale dong. Okay. I'm going to go through some of the key points before we get into the Marvel stuff, which you have.
Yes, I have the list in front of me.
Okay. So it has been confirmed that the Zack Snyder DCU is done.
I mean, did anyone not realize that?
Well, he made it official. And Dwayne Johnson did say
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne?
No, Dwayne Wayne's from
A Different World?
Different World. Yes. Dwayne Wayne.
Dwayne Wayne Johnson.
Yes, Dwayne Wayne Johnson. That's his new name. We're calling him that from now on.
Who's going to be playing Black Adam in the new DC film, has said that a new era of DC movies will start with his movie. So creating kind of a new world with the Black Adam. Is it Black Adam he's in?
Yes.
And there was talks that would Superman...
Did I hear Cavill's coming back as Superman? But
they don't know.
In a new universe?
Well, potentially there's been talks that will Superman show up in Black Adam?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or in Shazam.
Shazam? Is that the
Shazam.
proper way? Is that the proper way to Shazam?
That's the proper way to say it.
I'll
Shazam.
get a ticket for the new Shazam movie.
One for Shazam, please.
Shazam. Who says Shazam?
Who doesn't?
Speaking
Who
of
doesn't?
Shazam, I did watch the new trailer. It was okay. I'm excited for it, but the trailer was just okay.
Yeah. I wasn't thrilled.
I did like that first movie.
I did, but it's kind of like they I don't know. Why is the old guy back? I thought he died in the first movie. The whole shtick of Shazam was that guy like gives him the powers and then you never see him again.
I think that's a new one, or is a flashback.
No, it's like now he's in the world like helping him be Shazam.
Oh.
I don't know how I'm gonna feel about the whole family being Shazams. It's like I don't know.
You know the whole ending of that last movie.
Well, I know, but it was like kind of like a
That's
like it was like a one-time thing. Is great. I don't know, like them also being superheroes as well.
But
Like
that's
them
in the
being like
comic.
their own little Shazam team.
That's in the comic. There's a
I
whole
never read the
Shazam.
Shazam comics. I don't know anything about it, but I'm just saying about it. I don't know how I feel about it.
That's the whole shtick, my friend.
Just a bunch of orphans, bunch of foster kids that get superpowers.
Yeah, Shazam.
Shazam.
I am definitely excited, but I thought the trailer was just a little weak. It could have been a little bit
I'm
better.
surprised we didn't hear anything about the Flash movie. You know, I mean,
You know what? Let's make a bet. I'm gonna say today is July 27th. I'm gonna say that Flash movie does not get released with Ezra Miller in it, or it gets shelved for a very long time. There's
I don't
no
think
way.
we ever see that movie.
No.
There's no way we see that movie
No.
ever.
How do you release a movie when the main star has
If they do,
groomed
it's
and
going to be
kidnapped
like-
an 18-year-old?
Well, not even 18-year-old, but
Well, she was 16 when he
Yeah.
started grooming her.
yes. I mean, I can see them doing like the quickie, like HBO Max release of it. Like, oh, here it is, just Flash movie.
Yeah.
Let's get it out so that way we don't have to talk about it anywhere.
Also, I could see them going, well, do we go back and reshoot it without him?
And you could.
You could. I mean, Ezra Miller.
I mean, he shot the whole thing. I mean,
I feel bad for Michael Keaton because this is like his return to
I mean,
Batman.
you got the money already. He doesn't care. You got the money.
No, I know, but we want to see him as Batman again. That's what I
They
want.
can't do it somewhere else.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to.
Yeah.
How do you release a big budget movie when your main actor is a garbage fire? I don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because it was like one of the big things I still like can't get over the fact that we saw that DC thing. When was it before? Was it DC? Was it Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
They had the whole DC like trailer of the year of DC.
Yeah.
None of it's come out.
None of it's
gonna happen. Nothing happened.
Some
Never
other
mind.
year.
Never mind. Don't forget. No, never mind. We're not doing that.
Yeah, we're done.
We're not gonna do any of that.
Also, it doesn't help that Warner Brothers is being bought out by Discovery, so they're getting all new people up in the head. The heads up are going to be new, and they might not want to deal with this. So well, we got to wait and see. You're right, though. Flash was not mentioned once.
Yeah, not even a blip.
No, I don't blame him either.
No.
After 2 weeks of release, Mark, I haven't watched this, but I've heard good things. The Gray Man is getting 2 more movies.
I heard this.
The Russo brothers, new movie.
Now it's like the Russo brothers, and then like I've heard also like the John Wick, like stunt coordinators involved in it, and that's why it's like a lot of the same kind of stunt work.
I don't know. It's the Russo brothers and the writers of Deadpool.
Yeah.
Now I want to mention that every time Netflix has a big movie that comes out that's very popular, does well, they announced these spin-off and 2 movies, and then you never see them. Zack Snyder's zombie movie that came out a couple years ago.
Because it was terrible.
Yeah, but they were like, oh, we're gonna build a whole world around this. And then that one guy got a movie.
Yeah. And then
he got his own movie. We never even heard of it. It did come out.
That was terrible.
But it's weird. Netflix seems to do this a lot, and then we never hear of said.
Because they probably like signed contracts for like multiple movies. And then if the first one's terrible, they're like, ah, crap, we got to do these 2 other crappy movies now. But with this one, it was actually good. And they're like, all right, we're going to do 2 more of these. And then hopefully the 2 other ones are good.
Did you see it, Mark?
I have not seen it yet. It's on my watch list of things.
I do want to check it out myself.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, this is an interesting piece of news. I want to see your reaction. I don't know how I feel about this.
Okay.
So, Marvel boss Kevin Feige, he wants Ryan Gosling in the MCU, and Gosling's interested in playing Ghost Rider. Now, I could see it, but if they do Ghost Rider with the car, he's got to be on a motorcycle.
Yeah, he's got to be on the motorcycle.
But the new Marvel iteration of Ghost Rider is the car.
Yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he was in the car too.
In the comic book, he's got the car, and I think he's lame with the car. To be perfectly frank,
it would just be like Ryan Gosling in Drive again, but just as Ghost Rider.
Right.
Which would be strange.
Now, maybe Ryan Gosling's a great actor. He could play an awesome, he could totally blow me away here and be an awesome Ghost Rider.
No, I think he'd be good. I could see him playing the character.
Johnny Blaze, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's gotta be the motorcycle.
That's the iconic, but people don't ride like motorcycles. Like it's not like I don't want to say as popular as it used to be, because they're still, huge and people ride motorcycles. But I just don't think it's like culturally as popular as it used to be.
So you're okay if they do the car?
Well, I think if you have him being a race car driver, and basically it's the same kind of like he was like in the Nick Cage one, he was a stunt man thing.
Yeah.
And he crashes his motorcycle, and that's when he becomes Ghost Rider. I think if you do the same kind of thing, but he's like a race car driver and he crashes and becomes Ghost Rider, I think you can get away with it. Yeah, I think you can do it. I mean, I'm not gonna to be honest, if it's Marvel doing it, I'm not gonna poo-poo any of their ideas. So
well, I mean, you can still
don't usually have terrible ideas. Even their bad ideas are better than most other places' good ideas. So
that's fair. I can't argue with that.
Yeah. I mean, I like when we were talking, like when it was in the chat, my first thought when I thought of Ryan Gosling was Johnny Storm for Fantastic Four, the Human Torch.
Yeah, but I feel like he fits Ghost Rider better, I think, because you want someone younger than Ryan Gosling to be in the Fantastic.
No, yeah. Maybe then I realized that Ryan Gosling's not as young as I thought he was.
He's not a spring chicken anymore.
Yeah, no, he's an older guy now.
Yeah, you got to get a younger group in there for Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I think it's for just little news. There is news that Keanu Reeves was asked about him wanting to play Batman, and he said he would. And I was like, please God, keep Keanu Reeves away from Batman, because I don't think Keanu Reeves is great when he does certain things, but he's not he's not a very good actor. He's not like an actor that says Batman to me, but I mean,
I could see if they were doing Batman Beyond and he was the older Batman, and they had like a younger person playing the real Batman, and he was like the guy that was like just Bruce Wayne.
Maybe.
Like that'd be cool.
I like to see Michael Keaton. That's what they got.
I know you want to see Michael Keaton here. Really
Bring Michael Keaton back. Skip the Flash. Bring Michael Keaton back for that. And I think that's it, Mark, for just a little bits of news. Now let's jump into the Marvel.
Well, besides that, we got the Dungeons and Dragons movie. We got a trailer for that.
Looked pretty good.
Comic-Con.
Looks really good.
Chris Pine's in it. Hugh Grant.
He
plays a rogue. I guess they're all like a lot of thieves and a lot of rogues, I guess.
They went for the it was like a weird casting to me because I was like, wouldn't they want to go younger? And they seem to cast some older people in there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. It's just the first trailer, so we don't know what the whole story is about or anything really.
Right.
We got the trailer for the Lord of the Rings show. That's coming out.
New we got the proper Game of Thrones trailer, which made me more hyped for it.
Which made me, which brought me back around to being into it again.
Right.
I was more interested in it this time around than I was last time.
Yeah. I didn't realize, remember that whole Rick Grimes was going to get movies? Well,
yeah.
AMC's like, nope.
We're making a TV show instead.
We're going to give the Rick Grimes and Michonne show in 2023.
Yes.
I didn't even know Walking Dead was still on, but I'm happy.
They're I just saw a thing the other day. They're in part 3 of their final season.
Right.
It's coming out in October.
Yeah, they split it up.
I'm like, okay, but I guess there's 4 parts this final season. So you really have 2 seasons that you're playing here.
They're dragging it out, just like
you're really dragging this out, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't even know who's still alive. I couldn't even tell you. I know Daryl because he was in the ad, but besides, I don't know anyone else.
Carol and Daryl,
and Maggie,
and maybe Maggie,
who left to make another show.
Whiskey Barrel
picked up, and then
Whiskey Barrel something or other.
Yeah, she left. The show didn't get picked up, so she came back.
Yeah. Also, speaking of Keanu Reeves, Mark, Berserker, great comic book series. It's going to get 2 seasons on Netflix, anime style. I'm very excited to check that out. It's a great
and also,
series.
Keanu Reeves is getting another John Wick movie.
John Wick 4 trailer dropped.
Yes.
I love the John Wick series.
I have not seen one of them.
Oh my God. Just watch the first one. You'll be blown away. So far.
I mean, I've seen bits and pieces on USA when they do their John Wick marathon thing, but I don't know. Like you talked about earlier, I'm not a big Keanu Reeves guy.
I really like the first one.
I'm not if there's Keanu Reeves in it, it's not dragging me in to check it out.
Disney Plus got Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, and Logan added to their subscription service. And at San Diego Comic-Con, they had a chimichanga bus, a chimichanga van. And if you can get a free chimichanga, that was pretty cool. Yes,
and they did announce that. I don't know if they announced it at Comic-Con, but I know that Ryan Reynolds has hinted at they're starting to work on 3.
Yeah, Deadpool 3 is starting to be worked on, which is really cool. I'm interested to see where that goes.
I know this is something you'll probably be interested in, Brian.
What?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection will be released on August 30th for PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Super Stack Collection will bring 13 classic TMNT games, including beloved staples such as Turtles in Time from the NCS.
I know, that's gonna be awesome.
Ooh.
I still gotta play Shredder's Revenge. Very excited.
I've ever played anything else but that.
What?
Turtles in Time. I think that was the only thing I ever played.
Oh man, I love all those games. I'm very excited. I'm gonna wait for that to come out and just get it all. Just buy it all at once. And I'll be Ninja Turtle heaven, baby.
I guess there's a new Gotham Knights coming out. Do you play that game?
I will play it when it comes out. Yeah.
Oh, that was something I was going to talk about. Kevin Smith had a panel for He-Man, and they announced that William Shatner is going to be playing a character.
Really? I have to
Yes.
finish the He-Man series. I never finished it.
You should. It was good. And I think what they're hinting at, and from the show of who characters you'd bring in, I
Yeah.
think he's going to play. I don't know if you remember back when we had the toys and the cartoon, there was another bad guy that Skeletor and He-Man, I think, teamed up to fight against. And I think that's who William Shatner is going to play.
All right. Well, I still have to
That's what I'm
finish it. It sucks. Like, 'cause I kind of felt like they never really promoted that second part of the season. And
They didn't really. Yeah. It was good, though. It was really good.
I'm sure it was. I wish they just put that whole thing out, because remember how people got all pissy and
Yeah. Well, because all the, douchebags didn't like that there was a female lead instead of He-Man.
but the thing is, we didn't see the whole story either.
Yeah, exactly. Once you see the whole story, it makes more sense.
Right. And I kind of feel like Netflix did a disservice to the series by doing that.
Yeah.
They should have just put the whole thing out, and maybe like Stranger Things, just wait a couple weeks, not months.
Yeah.
They waited months to put out
Yeah.
that second part. I don't
Yeah.
know. Made no sense.
Yeah. Well, from the shows I didn't know were still on the air department, Amazon's Wheel of Time was renewed for a third season. I didn't even know it had a second season.
I didn't even know it was a show.
Yeah, it was that other sci-fi. It was like that very fantasy magic type show that we were like, oh, John's gonna love this show. And he did.
Oh yeah, it's based off a book, based off a
Yes.
series of books. Yeah.
Here's something I didn't know about. King of the Hill creator says animated sitcom has a very good chance of coming back.
Speaking of King of the Hill, as an adult, I find myself watching the reruns that are on Adult Swim now.
Yes.
And I like love it way more than I did as a teenager.
We're also on Hulu. Claire watches them all the time.
Well, I when I'm just flipping around and there it is, I'm like, oh, King of the Hill, I'll put it on. And like I remember a lot of these episodes. I
Yeah.
grew up with it, but as an adult, I appreciate the humor way more. So I wouldn't mind seeing what would they do with these characters now.
So I guess another thing I didn't know was happening. I guess they're doing a Gremlins animated series,
I did hear about this.
and the star of the original Gremlins is going to be returning for Secrets of the Mogwai.
Yeah. I'm glad it's animated. Please,
Yeah,
you know,
no, I didn't need a movie. I
we
don't need a
don't
movie.
need a TV show or movie. We don't need to see
Yeah.
how old he looks. We don't have to feel old ourselves. Animation's where to go. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah,
I don't know what's worse when you see these characters you live with all your life, and they're like, these people are like on death's doorstep, and you're like, oh shit, makes me feel old.
trying to see if there's anything else that pops up that's non-Marvel stuff.
Well, let's jump into the Marvel stuff. There's a lot of it.
There is.
Guardians of the
Alright,
Galaxy
ready?
Volume. Oh, sorry.
Well, here, we'll start from the very beginning here. So they went through literally everything that's coming out from in the next couple months, all the way through 2025.
Yeah. Phase 6.
Yes, all the way through phase 6. So it's going to start off with things we know that are coming out in the near future. I Am Groot, She-Hulk. We got a trailer for She-Hulk, a better trailer,
Yes.
which was good. An untitled Halloween special, which they haven't done more announcing on that yet. We got a trailer for, or teaser, they're calling it a teaser, for Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
But stop right there. Best fucking trailer
Oh my
I
gosh.
got chills watching that trailer.
I almost cried watching a trailer and I was like, what is going on right now?
That trailer is absolutely fantastic.
Perfect. It's
I
exactly what you needed. It's exactly like everywhere I've been looking, and I've said this like I was trying to figure out like how to explain it. It is exactly everything that we needed to see. It's like you need to know, like, he's gone. Everyone knows he's not going to be around. He's gone. And it's Wakanda dealing with the loss of the Black Panther.
yeah.
It's like a way for everyone to kind of like deal with that loss at the same time. And then
Now,
Namor.
who do you think is going to be? We see a glimpse of someone in the Panther.
I think it's the sister. I think it's kind of. I mean, if it's not Shuri, it's going to be interesting to see who they decide to put in it besides her.
Right. It's going to be interesting. I'm
Yeah.
very excited. And you're right. What were you going to say? What's his name makes an appearance in this?
Namor,
Namor.
yeah. But I think this thing is going to be that everyone sees that Black Panther's dead or he's killed by somebody. We're not sure how they're going to deal with that yet.
Yeah.
And then Wakanda goes to war with other fantastical nations like Atlantis. And I guess there's other nations, like another one that they might be dealing with too. So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. But I mean, it made me excited for November. I was like, I wasn't sure about this movie. I was kind of like, whatever. He's not in it. That's like, what are they going to do? But like, it's like a love letter to Chadwick Boseman. It's going to be a tough watch, I feel.
I am so excited for this movie.
Yeah.
Now, here's my other prediction, Mark. I'm making predictions left and right.
Okay.
This movie comes out in November. Avatar comes out in December. I bet you, because this movie's already done record-breaking views on YouTube and everything.
Yes.
I'm going to say Black Panther makes more money than Avatar 2 when all said and done after the holiday season.
That's bold.
I think people are way more excited for Black Panther Wakanda Forever over Avatar 2. I think Avatar 2 is going to do well, but I think when both leave the theater,
I mean, the fact that
Black
you have to
Panther
release
will
the
make more
first
money.
movie again so people know what's going on is probably not a good sign. Hey, remember this movie? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You never asked for a trailer for or a sequel to? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Then Disney bought the property and made a whole land about it just so they could release more movies. Okay, sounds good.
All right. What else you got?
Yeah. So after that, we got the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special this Christmas. They announced What If Season 2 is coming early next year.
Yeah.
And Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which I guess got a trailer at Comic-Con, but they haven't released it to the public.
Hey, let's go back to What If Season 2. We're getting a spinoff of What If Season 2. We're getting Marvel Zombies.
Yes, which will be rated R.
Yeah, they said they're not holding back on the gore.
Yeah, TVMA, they're going to rate it. They didn't announce when that's coming out, though. They did say it's coming.
Right.
Like I said, Ant-Man and Wasp, which is going to have Kang in it, from what I understand.
And MODOK.
And MODOK, yes.
And MODOK is going to make his live action
debut, which is good because then they won't have to do that terrible Hulu show anymore.
I think it got canceled.
Did it? I wonder why.
It was canceled.
And then, as we talked about earlier, Secret Invasion comes out spring next year, which should be good. I guess there was a tiny trailer for that with Samuel L. Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn. I guess we're both in that video that they showed. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 comes out in May next year. Adam Warlock.
Yes.
Will be happening.
Very excited. And they said James Gunn has come out and said that this is going to be a little bit more mature Guardians because Star-Lord will be still going through the death of Gamora.
Yes.
Dealing with her death. So that's interesting to hear.
But it's also them like finding this universe as Gamora now. because she sneaks off during Endgame.
She died.
Yeah, but remember in the story, Gamora is still alive in 90, whatever they go back in time. In 2004, they go back in time to fight Thanos. And Thanos comes in forward in time.
But Star-Lord doesn't know that.
But no, he sees Gamora in Endgame. And she doesn't know who he is.
Well, yeah, she's dead.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're going to also deal with that, of him, like them trying to find her.
Maybe.
But
and then Ant-Man and Wasp, they were saying, is going to take a hard left turn. I don't know what that means.
Yes, because that is the end of phase 4.
Well,
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Black Panther will conclude phase 4. She-Hulk and Black Panther will conclude phase 4.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah. And
phase
then
5 kicks off with Ant-Man and Wasp.
Ant-Man and Wasp. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And then that's the end of things that we knew like were pretty much coming. Well, in the Marvels in July. And Blade in November.
Well, Blade has been announced for 2023. So yes, it's coming
November
out.
3rd, 2023.
Yeah, right. That's going to be the big winter one.
Echo comes out summer 23, as well as Loki season 2. Will both be out summertime.
Echo, we're going to be getting Charlie Cox is going to make an appearance.
Yes, he's also going to make an appearance in She-Hulk as well.
That's the rumor. Yes.
Well, he's in the trailer.
Oh, he is in the new trailer? I didn't see
Yes, at the very end of the trailer, he appears.
Oh.
As Daredevil. First time in costume.
Let's talk about Daredevil for a minute. They did announce that Daredevil is getting a new series.
You're jumping ahead. You're jumping ahead of my timeline.
No, but it's tying into this conversation.
Yes. Spring 2024.
Is
Daredevil Born Again.
Which is based upon that title is based upon a comic.
Yes.
But I kind of feel like the title works because he's being born again.
Born into the MCU, not into the whatever that other universe was.
Right. Also, this is something very interesting. He's getting 18 episodes.
Yes.
We haven't had a series have that many episodes before.
No. I think this is their thing of relaunching. I'm going to say it and you're going to be like, no, please, no. Every Netflix character is going to show up in this show in some way or another, either new actors or something, but they're going to be, all those characters are going to reappear. They're going to relaunch that universe, kind of.
Well, with 18 episodes, I feel like a lot's going to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like they can cover a lot of ground.
Yeah, you can introduce Heroes for Hire with Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and a new Iron Fist.
Or no, we've told that story. I want them to tell.
No, they did Defenders. They did Defenders. They never did Heroes for Hire.
Well,
I think Heroes for Hire would be perfect if you're going to also be bringing Deadpool in down the road. Deadpool did a lot with Heroes for Hire over the years.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great way to bring them into the MCU.
Yeah.
If you did it that way.
It'd be interesting. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Daredevil.
Yeah.
18 episodes.
I'm interested to see who they bring back or who they bring in. Like, do they bring in the Punisher into that show?
Maybe they could.
Is it the same people? Is it John Bernthal playing Punisher? Someone else playing Punisher?
Yeah.
Do we get all the other characters start reappearing? Does Rosario Dawson reappear as the nurse?
We know Kingpin. We already know he's
the only two announced so far are Charlie Cox and D'Onofrio.
Right. Yeah. So I still have to watch season 3 of Daredevil. I should try to watch that.
You probably should before they rip it off of there. And now it's on Disney Plus, I think.
Yeah, they're all on Disney Plus.
Yeah. They're not on Netflix anymore. Yeah.
All right, Mark. What else you got?
We got the Marvels, July next year.
Yes.
Blade. I was like, oddly enough, Marvel's no mention of the Marvels. Really. in the presentation yet over the weekend.
It was on the wall.
It was on the wall, but we didn't get like any kind of like anything like, oh,
They could be saving it.
here's a look at the Marvels, or
They
here's
could be
something
saving
for
it
the
for
Marvels.
D23. They didn't
They
give
could
us
be.
a lot
They
of
could be.
things either. So.
Yeah, Blade, November next year. I'm excited for Blade. I'm excited to see how they.
The way Marvel works, Mark, they want us to be excited for Black Panther because that's the next movie.
Yes.
I don't feel like
that makes sense. That makes sense.
I don't think they're going to be showing us anything until we're getting closer to that movie.
Will you probably get like Ant-Man Wasp trailer during D23? I think what they do a good job of is they still like go to Comic-Con, do the big panel at Comic-Con, announce everything. And then at D23, like, okay, now here's the meat and potatoes.
Right.
We give you the appetizer at Comic-Con, but then we
Right.
hit you with the big stuff at D23.
Exactly.
Like here who's playing this character, here who's playing this person, here's who's doing this. Ironheart, fall of next year. She actually is going to appear in Black Panther. And then
really?
gets her own show. Yeah, because there's a scene in the teaser trailer where she's cutting out a heart out of metal and it falls on the ground.
That's her?
That's Riri Williams. Yeah.
Oh.
So that's why it's Ironheart. They were like kind of hitting you over the head with it a little bit without hitting you over the head with it.
I had no idea.
Well, she was cutting iron and a heart falls out. Kind of figured that's who they were hitting at there.
I thought she was making something for Chadwick Boseman's memorial.
She might be, but I think that's like who that's going to be because it's been inferred that she's going to be in that movie. It's been hinted at that she's going to be in it. So
well, now I know. I had no idea.
Agatha, they changed the name of that show. It was House of Harkness originally.
Yeah.
Now it is Coven of Chaos.
I wonder if it's going to go more
next winter, either 23 of 24. They haven't announced the actual when it's coming out.
Yeah, I don't know what that's going to be. Is it going to be about her backstory? Is it going to be origin?
Wonder, and I've heard this thrown out, and I thought I've heard it from a couple of places, and I was like, that's a pretty neat idea. What if they're going to use Agatha as the way to bring Scarlet Witch back in? Like she goes out and finds Wanda and like brings her back to the good and fixes it and helps fix her.
Maybe, but
what would be the point of this show without what?
Wanda died.
They never saw a body. Never saw a body. You just saw.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't she get squished by a gigantic rock?
Yeah, but she could have teleported herself. She's Wanda. She's the strongest witch in the world.
Well, not in the universe. She's now the squishiest witch in the world.
I don't know. I think they're going to be somehow. There's going to be some kind of way, because we no point in bringing this character back. Really, if she's dead, what's the point of continuing the story?
Well, that's why I was like, why are they making? But the title makes me feel like it's a prequel. It's like an origin story.
No, I think it's a continuation because they said it's her. It's going to take place of her in the town.
But the town's gone.
The town's still there, but now she thinks she's just a normal person in that town.
Oh.
So I think the story's going to be her realizing, or her like unraveling back to being Agatha Harkness, and then going off and whatever. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And like we talked about Daredevil, and then they announced Sam Wilson is going to be his first Captain America movie. May 2024. New World Order.
I'm excited for that one.
Life.
That's going to be good.
Yeah. And then a thing that I said was going to be happening, and I was very excited when I heard this was happening, because I had said, I think we're building towards this. And I told Matt Ryan, I think I told you too. I'm like, it makes sense if they're doing these things. I think they're heading in this direction. And they are. July 26, 2024. Thunderbolts.
But we're going to see the anti-hero people kind of get their own
Suicide Squad of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. Very cool.
Very excited. And now here's something I know you're excited about. Fall of next year, Brian.
Yeah.
X-Men 97
Animated series.
animated series picks up right where the other show let off.
Looks good.
I'm
The
excited.
animation is true to the old
Yes.
animation. I like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They finally announced that Spider-Man freshman year will be happening next year,
Now this
2024.
they say it's canon, but it does not say when you look at it, you're like, this is not canon. None of this makes any sense.
Well, it doesn't have to be canon as in it's not the same universe. It's multiverse. They could say it's a different universe as Peter Parker. And they've already renewed it for 2 seasons already.
Hasn't even come out.
So they've announced freshman year, sophomore year, and then I guess junior year will happen after that. Then senior year, and then they're going to do the college years, just like Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. In the college years, is going to go on prime.
Spider-Man
time.
the college years. Yes. And then, of course, they finally gave us a date for the much anticipated Fantastic Four movie, November of 2024. And then they also said Avengers is coming back for 2 movies in 1 year, May of 2025, and Avengers Secret Wars, November 7th of 2025.
Yeah.
Now, we discussed this. I remember me saying to you, I think Fantastic Four is going to set up a lot of things. And you're like, well, they announced movies, but there's a lot of time between November and May. There's at least 1 movie spot in between those.
Right. I saw that.
February spot is still there.
Yeah.
And they haven't announced anything for it yet. I think that's your X-Men spot.
You're right. We could have a an X-Men movie. So Fantastic Four kicks off phase 6 and the Avenger movies end the phase 6 / multiverse saga.
Yes.
And also I want to say that if they're doing Secret Wars, we know it's the newer Secret Wars, Dr. Doom from Fantastic Four, he's kind of behind the scenes pulling the strings to create chaos.
Yes.
So if they use Dr. Doom, they can bring in Fantastic Four, they can bring in the X-Men, and we could see a lot of chaos come to fruition with the Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very exciting.
Yeah.
It's
so I think
exciting.
there's things that they haven't announced, but people know are coming. Live action Spider-Man sequels. Don't know when those are happening because Sony handles that.
Yeah. Well, no, that's a Sony and Marvel thing. So
yeah, but they released those dates and we don't know when they're going to be doing new ones.
Right.
Deadpool 3 still floating out there. Nothing announced about Armor Wars, even though it has been announced it's happening.
They confirmed, the director says it's happening. It just wasn't on the schedule.
Out yet. Yeah. There's also, they announced that the Domelage from Black Panther, Michonne's group, is getting her own series on Disney Plus. The aforementioned Marvel Zombies is happening.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings 2 will be happening. But I'm assuming we're going to get some kind of Shang-Chi connection in the Marvels. I think there's going to be some kind of connection there.
Right. I think so too.
Both those things come from the same place. Then a character I don't know anything about, Wonder Man, is happening sooner or later.
Wonder Man. I don't know anything.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Wonder Man.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But these are all things way, way in the future.
They might be coming in the next years or so.
But they haven't announced it.
Announced like when they're actually happening.
Interesting.
Like they mentioned them during the thing, but they didn't actually say like, here's what's coming and this is when it's coming out.
Right. I hear you.
But yeah, no, that when I watched the panel over the weekend after it happened. I saw it online. So I watched it when he does the announcing of things. And when you see that final image on the screen, the big screen, Fantastic Four is here. The 2 Avenger movies are way over here.
You're right.
And there's a lot of spots in the middle.
You're right.
that have nothing announced yet.
But that could be
I'm like,
Deadpool 3. That
That
could
could be
be
Deadpool 3 coming into the universe. That could be X-Men. That could be Disney Plus shows.
You're right, totally.
So it's like there's a lot of space there that they could be filling things in. There's a lot of gaps between.
So we
Like,
got some surprises.
The
They gotta
last thing that they announced movie-wise
Yeah.
is July, well, November. So November 8th. Because we usually get what we've gotten recently. November, it goes February, May, July, November are the 4 spots. So you have Fantastic Four is November 2024. Nothing announced for the February spot of 2025. Kang Dynasty announced for May.
Yeah.
Nothing announced for the July spot. And then another Avengers in November. So you have 2 movie spots that haven't been announced yet.
Yeah.
I feel like one of them is going to be X-Men.
Could be. Or Deadpool 3.
But I don't, yeah. I mean, I think if you call that X-Men movie X-Men Assemble, that's pretty good.
X-Men the college years.
X-Men the college years.
But yeah, or it could be another Spider-Man film in there too. We don't know. I mean,
but that wouldn't fall under the Marvel like scheduling. It's not technically a Marvel movie spot.
Well, it is because No Way Home was on the wall when they announced it. So
yeah, but I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know if it's still gonna fall underneath that 4 spots.
I think they still want to have surprises. So
yeah,
and they got to have like some playroom, right? Just in case something falls through the cracks.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, anything else before we wrap up the show? I mean, that's a lot of
stuff. You have a lot of like, you got your next like 3 or 4 years planned out for you if you're a Marvel fan. It's like,
seriously,
ugh.
It's a lot. Like I said, we've already hit 100 hours in this phase alone, and we still have 2 more things in this phase before it ends.
Yeah. It's not slowing down either. That's the other thing. It's like,
no,
you think about it, we're not even like probably halfway through the stories that they're going to tell.
Yeah, it's just going to keep going. We got She-Hulk and Black Panther to round out this phase, and then we move on to the next phase. I think a lot of things are going to happen during Ant-Man. I think Black Panther, we're going to see some stuff, but I think
Black Panther, you see some stuff, and I think like you were just about to say, Ant-Man, I think is going to be
kicking off the
Avengers story, the Avengers film for this part of the stories. I think it's going to be the one that's going to have like everything going on in it. It's Quantumania, so it's going to be a lot of stuff going on.
It's going to be.
There's also another Doctor Strange movie that's going to come out during this time frame somewhere.
Well, it's already set up for the next one.
Yeah.
He's with what's her name, jumping around the universes.
Well, because like just looking at it here on this, as I got the list up here, there's no February 2024 movie. There's a May movie in Captain America. There is, so no February movie in 2024. That spot's still out there.
Doctor Strange could show up in Quantumania.
Oh, I'm assuming he will be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I think you got those 3 spots that are available right now. November 2024, the February 2025, and July spot of 2025. So a lot of things could be happening. It's going to be a lot of stuff going on. And it's crazy to think that they're this far out planning wise. When you get other places, we can't even get a movie planned out.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And Kevin Feige, we trust.
Yes.
He's
this is just the Marvel side of things. We still have all this stuff that's going to be announced for Star Wars in the next couple of months.
Well, that stuff was announced at Star Wars Celebration.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like, yeah, you put the two schedules together. It's just that alone is like
It's a
a
lot.
lot, a lot
It's
to
a
pay
lot.
attention to.
I know, too much. All right, Mark. Well, let's wrap it up. We'll be back
Yes,
next Monday. We'll be talking about our D&D adventure and anything else that happens over the weekend. Because we
yes,
have Terrificon happening nearby us.
we do. We do.
Where's that
That is
Mohegan
this
Sun?
weekend at the Weekend Sun.
Yeah.
It is. They have so many things going on there. I know Matt Ryan will be releasing a special edition first issue of Brenda,
I picked up my issue.
a Cliffs Con special edition.
I have
It's
the
a whole
Clips
different.
Con special edition. I
Oh, did
picked
you?
up. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I have.
Do you really wanna, do you really wanna
Wow.
take it?
Geez, what the heck's going on here? What is playing in the background? Oh, I went to the Trevor Crown website. They have an autoplay right as you get on. So be forewarned, everybody. Let's see who's coming to Terrificon really quickly. Tim Daly, who plays the voice of Superman, will be there. They're doing a lot of people from the Orville. Adrian
Yeah.
Pilecki, who was in John Wick and G.I. Joe, and was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Peter Macon, who plays Bortus, is going to be there.
Nice.
Joey Pantalone will be there.
He lives in Connecticut. Doesn't surprise
Yes.
me.
Who I'm rewatching all of MASH because why not? And I just saw the episode that he was in. So Dave Foley's going to be there, Brian.
That's awesome.
Dan Fogler from Fantastic Beasts, also Balls of Fury, Fanboys. I guess he's in The Walking Dead. I didn't even know he was in it.
I had
And he was
no
just
idea.
in the show The Offer. He played Francis Ford Coppola, and he was very good in that. Kevin Conroy, Phil Lamar, Susan Eisenberg, who played Ahsoka in the Force Awakens or Force Unleashed show. I think she was in one of those. But he's also played like Wonder Woman in a bunch of things. And she was just in Masters of the Universe. She played the sorceress, the Falcon-looking one. Dan Kilvin, who played the original voice of Bumblebee
Oh, nice.
in Transformers. A bunch of voice actors, a lot of voice actors. The guy who played the voice parts for Shredder in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Jim Cummings, who's out there all the time.
We met him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Sean Kanan, who played the bad guy in the original, not the original, the second, I think the second one. No, Karate Kid 3. He was a bad guy in Karate Kid 3. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original one, Christy Swanson, who was also in The Phantom. Not Phantoms, because that's where Ben Affleck was a shit.
He was the bomb in the Phantoms.
Yes. And then a bunch of Shazam actors, a bunch of wrestlers, and a bunch of comic book artists as well. Tons of comic book artists.
Nice. Should be a good time.
Yeah, so it's gonna be good. So definitely go check that out. That's this weekend, July 29th through 31st at the Mohegan Sun Expo Center, Terrificon. A Mitch Halleck presents presentation.
Who?
Mitch Halleck, the guy who does the show.
I don't know who that is.
You see him walk around the cons all the time wearing the Comic-Con, the Terrificon shirt,
Oh.
handing out stuff. That's Mitch.
Well, you think when someone puts their name above a con, they're like important big person.
He is. He's important to him.
I've never heard him. I don't think he's important. I don't even know who he is.
You've met Mitch before. He was
No,
on
who
Con Men.
did?
He used to be on Con Men all the time with Leo back in the day.
Nobody watched Con, man.
I think I've introduced you to him at least a couple times.
I don't know who Mitch is. Just
Yeah.
weird. Like Stan Lee presents. Yes, I know who Stan Lee is, but Mitch something or other.
Mitch Halleck is his name.
Just weird. Why?
Well,
I guess
I think
he
it's
wants.
because the way that their logo is, it's very comic book esque
Oh,
kind of thing. So I think that's why it says like Mitch Halleck
wants
presents.
to
Kind of gets
be-
number one Comic-Con, Terrificon.
he wants to be big and important.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. If you say so, I believe you.
Yeah. Great guy.
I've never heard of him in my life.
Well, next time he's at a show, I'll introduce you.
All right, please do. I got to meet him. He must be a legend. And
Yeah.
it must be a legend of some sort.
Yeah.
All right, Mark.
All right.
We should wrap it up. We'll be back next
will.
week.
We will get all the info. We'll get all the info from how TerrorCon went. I'll find out from Matt Ryan. I'm assuming he's there the whole weekend. He'll be at the CliffsCon booth. So
Yeah, please visit
stop by, say hello to
Matt
him.
Ryan.
Buy all of his books so they don't have to sell them.
There you go. All right, let's get out of here. We'll be back next Monday. Mark, what's our saying? Because I don't remember it.
Be safe. Be well. Be kind.
Rewind.
Bye, everybody.